Or good afternoon, actually, not that you would know or care, but it's June 17th, 2016, and I'm here today with Mike Fox on Can We Talk? And Mike, you've got some news for us, and we've got a special guest as well. He's under the table right now.
His name is Bentley. He's about 8 years old. He is available for adoption.
I'm sorry, I should have told you, Michael is from the Morrison County Humane Society.
Correct, yes. We've got some big events planned coming up. This next Saturday we have an adoption event at PetSmart in St. Cloud, as well as this previous weekend we had a little dog walk with Bentley here and a couple of his buddies at the Dam Fest, and that we're hoping is going to go really well. So, and then we also have an adoption special from now until the end of the month. Every dog in the facility is going to be $100, and every cat's going to be $50. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that is a good deal.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little about Bentley. He is available for adoption.
He is. He's all vaccinated and tested for everything, and he's neutered. He's about 8 years old, and he would make just a perfect farm dog for anybody. He's laid back. He gets along with other dogs and cats.
What's his breed?
As far as we can tell, he's a chocolate lab mastiff mix.
Chocolate lab mastiff. He's lying down, so you may not be able to see quite how big he is, but he is a very large dog.
He's a big boy, and he's quite solid. He's about 90 some pounds. So he's a lot of dog, but he's a gentle giant.
Yes, he is. We've had a little conversation, the two of us, and he's just adorable. He's so sweet. So, Mike, tell us more about the Animal Humane Society, because I used to take my kids there, my little grandchildren there, to socialize with the cats.
Oh, we
I
love
haven't
that.
for a while yet, but I should do that again. So
I
they
guess
really enjoyed it.
it's never too early to start teaching kids the responsibility of caring for animals and that stuff. And a lot of the parents even tell us that they've seen marked improvement in the responsibility and maturity of their children after they've been coming to our facility for a while.
Yeah.
And the kids they absolutely love it, and the dogs love the interaction, as well as the cats too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a win-win for everybody.
How many animals do we have right now?
Currently we've got 10 dogs and about 30 cats. I'm not exactly sure on the number, but I know it's in the 30 range.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
How did Bentley come to you?
Bentley was a surrender a few weeks ago. A lot of times when people hear that somebody surrendered a dog, they wonder, and there's a stigma attached to that. But so many of our dogs that are surrendered to us are either from a parent who has passed away, or one that's elderly and needs to go into some assisted living care, and then the child usually has to bring it in and surrender it. Mm-hmm. Or if it's a younger person, sometimes they have a change of living situation, or a change in their economics. So there's a lot of reasons that are just out of people's control where they have to surrender an animal.
That's just a lovely companion.
Yeah, and they're always quite sad. So, but we find them homes usually within a few weeks. So the turnover has been quite high lately.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
that's a sign of a good economy, if nothing else.
Yes.
I was going to ask you another question about Bentley. How old is he?
He's 8 years old as far as we can tell, and we kind of guess based on kind of their teeth and how their coloring looks and everything. So as far as we can tell, he's in the 8-year range.
So that's well into adulthood, but not elderly yet.
Yep, exactly. And for a dog, if he does have some mastiff in him, he may have a little bit of a lower life expectancy than some smaller, more toy dogs, but it's still, he seems extremely healthy, and he seems like he could live at least another 5 years. So.
Right.
And again, he's going to be part of that sale for the rest of the month too, so he'd only be $100 now through the rest of this month.
Quite a bargain.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure some family would he's good with children.
He's great with children. He's wonderful with other dogs, even with cats. He doesn't seem to be bothered by cats or anything.
Well, I want him.
You can have him.
My cat, because I live in a small apartment.
Oh.
But yeah, he sounds like a fabulous dog. And I know I've been there. I've been to the Animal Humane Society, as I said, with my grandchildren. And when my mother had to surrender her cat, for the same reason, she was just getting older and didn't feel she could keep him.
Yeah. Sometimes it's definitely the most responsible call to make.
Yeah, it is.
And do charge a fee that sometimes throws people off a little bit, that we're charging somebody to surrender their animal, but it does kind of help cover the care. It's not enough to cover the care that we provide, but it's definitely something. And it's $35 per cat and $50 per dog.
Okay.
And then if you just want to surrender a litter of puppies or kittens, that's $135 for the whole entire litter.
Okay. And you do not allow people to drop off animals when you're closed, when your offices are closed?
No, because that can be dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Sometimes people don't realize that we're closed Mondays and Tuesdays, and particularly in the winter. There have been times in the past, before I've even started, where we've had animals dropped off in the winter or even in the summer in some cases in a box. And it's definitely not safe for the animal if we don't know that it's coming, and it can sit out there on our front door. Sometimes even if we're open and we don't know that an animal is waiting out there, it can sit out there for hours until a customer comes in and lets us know that there's a box out there.
Yeah.
So we like to encourage people to call us, make sure that we're open and drop it off inside.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so give us the word again about these two events. One is at PetSmart in St. Cloud, and what is the date on that one?
That one is this next Saturday. I believe it is the 25th, and that will be from 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock at PetSmart. And we generally are there about one Saturday a month to do kind of a little event for them. And we sit and they set up a nice table, and I usually bring one dog and 2 or 3 cats, and it usually goes quite well.
Wonderful. And the other one at Tractor Supply, and that's in Little Falls.
Yeah, Tractor Supply, we do events all through the summer. We try to get in about 1 or 2 a month there as well. We've got a really good working partnership with them. They're really supportive of us, and we really like to keep that going. So, we don't have any with Tractor Supply for the rest of this month, but keep an eye out on our Facebook page for more events the rest of the summer, and we have a really big one coming up in September as well.
Okay.
And then this last weekend, we had a very successful event at the Boomerang called Beers for Barks. Vanessa and the Boomerang crew do a lot for us as well. So we're super appreciative of them.
Where is Boomerang?
The Boomerang is north of Little Falls,
Okay.
on Old 371. If you follow that up like you're going to the main gate or to Camp Ripley, you just follow that up, and then instead of taking that left turn, you follow Old 371 for only about another half mile, and it's on the left side there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's owned by a young lady named Vanessa and her sisters and family, and they do so much for us. This last weekend, they raised over $4,000 for us.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was extremely helpful.
Very, very.
And that's not the only event they do. They do 2 other events throughout the year too, and each one of them is usually quite successful. So
Okay.
we don't know where we'd be without them.
Are you a pet owner yourself?
I am.
Yeah, I can tell. Well, and tell us about your pets.
I just have one dog. I'm kind of a one-dog person. I like to give her all of my attention. Her name is Penny, and she's a Shih Tzu Pekingese mix. And she's about as old as this guy. She's about 7 or 8 years old.
But much, much, much smaller.
Yes. Yeah, much smaller.
Oh, that's wonderful. I used to have a cat that I just adored, and unfortunately he passed away. So I know that. Oh, that's all right. It was a couple of years ago. Although I have to say, it took me by surprise how much I missed him.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I cared so much for him, and I had not been aware of how much companionship he provided.
Yeah.
You know, you
It
just
really-
sort of take it for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Because that cat came into our lives when my kids were little, and he was their cat, you know.
Oh.
And of course, they grew up and left, and it was just the 2 of us. So it was a wrenching experience when he went. But any pet owner can tell you that if you lose a pet, to death especially, it's a very deep experience.
It really is, yes.
Yeah.
It almost makes it tough to get back on that horse again
It really
afterwards.
does.
We find that a lot. And then I know myself, I've lost a dog about 10 years ago, and it did take me quite a few years to get another dog, but I'm so glad I did.
I'm so glad you did too. Okay, so that is the Morrison County Humane Society, July 25th in St. Cloud. They're going to have, am I right? Stop me if I'm wrong.
Yep,
They're going
that's
at PetSmart, they're going to have at least one dog and a few cats, and available for adoption. You can go on in there and see what they have to offer on a small basis, or you can stop in at the Animal Humane Society Wednesday through Saturday?
Tuesday through Saturday.
Tuesday through Saturday.
11 to 5. And then also I should mention too, you can find cats from us anytime at PetSmart in St. Cloud. They actually are good enough to keep 4 kennels open for us. So
Oh,
at
nice.
any given time, if you're in PetSmart in St. Cloud, if you go back to the adoption center on the back right side of the building, you will usually see some cats from the Morrison County Humane Society there.
Oh, cool.
And then the money does make its way back to us too.
That's fabulous.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a pet, or even if you can't have a pet but you want to spend some time with some lovely animals, you can always go and sit in the cat room and enjoy the cats one at a time.
Certainly, yep. Or walk any dogs.
Or walk a dog. And just get in some furry companionship for a little while.
Yes.
And that's always appreciated.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for this opportunity. It was a pleasure to meet you.
It was a pleasure to meet you too, and good luck with your events.
Thank you.
Yeah, and good luck to you, Bentley. And we will see you again maybe someday. You can stop in anytime, bring along your dogs, and
I would love to.
we would love to see them.
Great.
Thanks
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.